Hey guys, welcome to Phonics this week. This week we're going to be reviewing base words and suffixes and talking about how we can use those when we're doing two-syllable words. All right, so first let's review our suffixes. I've got our three ones that we've learned so far up here. We've got our S, ED, ING. All right, and so what we're going to talk today about is reading words that have these suffixes. So I'm going to write a word up on the board, and it's just going to be the base word for right now. All right, so remember, our base word is just that first word that we have before we add a suffix. So here's my base word. It looks like it might be kind of long, so I think it's going to be two syllables, but let's check together. Remember, we separate it where we see our double consonant. So we have our double consonant right here. So just for our purposes, I'm just going to mark it so that we can read it easier. All right, so our first syllable is in, and our second syllable is vent. So our whole word, invent. That means you can create something, or you have an idea. If you invented ice cream or something like that, it means you created it, okay? So that was our base word of invent. Now, we can add a suffix to the end of this, and we're going to add all three and see what that looks like, okay? So here's our base word, and first I'll just add our suffix s, all right? So this just changes our word. If we take the suffix off, it's still a word by itself, but the S changes its word to say invents, okay? Invents. He invents something, okay? Now, but I can erase that one over here. I can erase it, and I can change and add our ED, invented. Now remember, when we're reading it, we take the suffix off first and we read the base word. But because our base word hasn't changed, we know that it says invent. But when you're reading it, you want to take that suffix off and read your base word first. Okay, so invented, that means it already happened. She invented something. My brain just went blank, but that's okay. She invented, okay? And then you can take that suffix off and add our last suffix, ing. All right, so again, if we were reading this word for the first time, we know ing is a suffix. We could cover that up and read our word, a base word, and then add ing, so inventing. That means it's happening right now. All right, so I've got a couple more words that I want you to read with me. All right, let me erase this one. I'll leave our suffixes up on the board. Now, our first base word that we looked at had, both of them were closed syllables. So let's look at it. If we have a word with an open syllable at the end, a vowel, consonant, E syllable. So let's do all right, so knowing we're going to have a suffix, let's look at the end. Oh, it looks like we maybe have a suffix at the end, okay? So just for reading it, I'm going to mark our suffix. I'm just going to circle it to remind me that that's our suffix. I'm going to cover it up, and here's our base word, okay? So I'll do this. Let's read our base word. Remember, we divide it where we've got a double consonant. Well, we've got a couple consonants right here, but I'm going to divide it right here at this one, okay? So we're going to go syllable, syllable. All right, so here's our first one. It's the same as the last one, in. Now this one, it's got a blend, cool. Oh, and it's got a vowel, consonant, E. So we have to think, collude, collude, include. Okay, that means to ask somebody to join in, okay? Include. Now, if we take the S off, it's still a word by itself. Include, but since we add it, includes. She includes Sally in the game. Okay, so if you see a word that ends in S, E, D, ing, you can just cover that up, read your base word, which remember is that full word, and then add your suffix at the end. Now, your parents have some words that they're going to write down for you so that you can practice reading them for yourselves. Have a great day, guys.